So we have seen how to create a loop using for, and now we'll be making this loop much more conditional. Like we'll be imposing some conditions so that it performs as our desired. So let's save this program as loop underscore prog underscore condition null. It's prog actually. Let's make it prog. Yes. So we have saved our program. So let's begin it. So we'll be using if-else loops here. Like we'll be using if-else conditional statements to comprehend or to make our looping structure much more effective. So for that, let's have a problem statement. Like we'll be asking user to input some number, like a primary, what do you say, as like a binary number between 1 or 0. If user puts 1, it should give as logic 1. If 0, it should give logic 0. That way. So let's check. Yes, it runs and it stores the value, whatever value in A. So problem statement is clear. So let's make it more conditional. So how to begin? So we'll be writing if and we'll just compare with it. But just note A equal to 1, it's assigning. It's an expression actually. So we don't want an expression. We want a statement. A statement is something, a mathematical expression or a modified mathematical expression, which will have either a truth value, like either true or false. A truth value, it should have a truth value, yes or no, that way. So if we want to have A equals 1, like if user enters 1, so it should display like it is logic 1. So we know how to assign a message or to display a message. So we'll be using this as a function, and inside we'll just pass a string value. Or string, you enter logic 1, let's say. And for next part, like if A is 1, then display this, else we want much more conditions. So we'll be writing else if A equals 0. So we'll just paste the same as above. If we have only two choices, then we might have used if and else. But here user may be wondering like not to enter between 1 and 0. So to have safe side, we have added if else. See, like this we are saying else. It will be generalized. It will be valid for any value user enters. So let's mention it as illogical. Let's compile it or let's execute this program. And there we go. So when we execute it, so it will be asking, let's enter 1 or 5. It's giving illogical expression, like illogical. So if we enter 1, it correctly identifies the statements which we want to make or which we want to convey. So let's append our looping, which is our main idea. So let's make a loop. So we want to repeat this statement with this idea or this conversation for 3 times. Like we want to repeat it 3 times. So we'll be using for loop. So we have seen how to append it. So we'll be just calling for and then end, so that we have a loop structure, and then select all and control I for smart indent. We have already seen that part. So let's execute it and visualize the answer or the program. So it's asking for the number. Let's enter 1. Oh, so it's giving you entered logic 1 3 times because we have asked for the input only once. So let's take that statement, second line statement, inside the loop, so that it will ask again and again for the loops. So let's execute it. It will ask for binary numbers. So let's start with logic 1. So we'll enter 1, then 0, and then some random number. Let's say 6, 1, 2, 3, something. So it's identifying well. So this is a conditional looping using if statement. So we have seen how to make our loop conditional using if-else statements. In this session, we'll be seeing how to mimic or how to have the same functions, like same functioning of a program, but using switch command. So let's first save the file. Let's just loop underscore switch. And then we'll starting on the statement. The problem statement will remain the same. Like we'll be asking user to enter a binary number 1 or 0. If the user enters other than this, so it should identify that and display a message as illogical. So let's check by executing it first. So 1, yes, it runs normally. So we'll be starting the switch command. So switch is a function. So it will be a switch and then round bracket, and inside we'll have to pass an argument which we want to have as an operator or have as an observer, like a point, a reference or a variable we'll be saying. So we'll be appending it by calling case space whatever value you want. So let's say 1, case 0, and otherwise. Otherwise it lists for like otherwise statement that lists for a broad range of values that a variable can hold. So let's mime the statement for displaying a message. So display entered logic 1, and same will go for other two cases as well. And this for 0. There we go. So it's again very simple. So there we have, and when we enter any random, it gives an illogical expression. So it seems much compact as compared to if-else loop, but both have their own advantages and limitations.